Red vs. Blue Season 16, Episode 13, A Time for Hammers has officially released. So let me break down for you. So before there was anything, there was a word. And that word evolved and gave birth to Krovos, who can control time. Oh yeah, no, I mean, of course. It was so obvious, I can't believe I never brought it up. But now, thank God they explained it, because I was starting to get worried that things didn't make sense, but I'm really glad they cleared things up here. So Krovos then took it upon himself to create the cosmic powers to which they felt enslaved and eventually rebelled. The Titans were killed, banished, or put in prison. The cosmic powers tricked Krovos and locked him up to where he resides now. Wash tries to ask them to get rid of his headache, to which they try to dance around, and Simmons figures out what the cosmic powers really are: AI, and thank fucking Christ is what I would say if the problem was solved. Yeah, AI's 100%, without a doubt, no questions asked, is better than gods. But what does that make Krovos? He who controls time sure as hell sounds like a god to me. All that happened here is that 5 gods has now been reduced to 1. It wasn't the amount of gods that was the problem, it was the fact that there were gods in the first place. And the problem here is, they're still practically gods. They can still do unprecedented acts. Just because they're AI doesn't mean they've been playing by the rules of AI. Now yeah, I know, these are not human AI. They are not what the Alpha was, these are monitors. They're Forerunner AI. Ancient aliens that were incredibly technologically advanced. Whether or not Krovos is revealed to be a Forerunner is unknown. Highly likely they won't use the term, but you know what I mean. The problem that arises here is that Santa is a Forerunner AI. Been alive for over 1,000 years, logic stands he is one of them. But Santa never gave off the impression that he was anything other than an advanced AI. I get it, the cosmic powers' shtick was to act like gods and pretend, but that doesn't make what they are capable of any less godlike. They can still bring forth beings from other worlds and years. It makes episode 11 the most confusing of them all. They can't affect the living, so why offer immortality if you can't do it? Doesn't that just put you at risk of exposing yourself? And on top of that, how was Tucker made large if Atlas is blocked from affecting him? He just made a hard light copy of a really big Tucker? You don't think you would have noticed that? Maybe he altered Tucker's perception to make him think he grew big, but oh no, still can't affect the living. Upon the reveal, it has already broken its own rules. Santa, despite his capabilities, acted like a Forerunner AI is known to be. Extremely dedicated to his one role he was assigned for, and if an outbreak happened, he had the ability to purge all sentient life on Chorus. That's exactly what Forerunner AI, mostly monitors, are known to act like. But these guys are just freeballing it, doing whatever they feel. So Atlas goes on to explain that Krovos influenced Loco to build a time machine so he could be capable of grabbing Donut. Donut exclaims that it was by accident he was taken, to which Atlas says everything he does is on purpose. So you're telling me that Krovos knew that the Blues and Reds had a grudge on freelancers, and by going on a vengeance killing spree would indirectly frame the Reds and Blues, bringing the two face to face, inevitably resulting in the death of Loco, the guy he's been implanting dreams and inspirations into, shortly after activating the machine so he could grab Donut. He knew all that, and he's not a god? Being a god is the only explanation for how he knew this would happen. But if he is a god, then the AI reveal is completely pointless because there's still gods in the show. Anyway, so time has been fucked, both figuratively and, according to Tucker, literally. So how do you fix it? Use a hammer to tighten Krovos' bonds. Duh. Of course, I'm kidding. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. You see, I sat here thinking to myself, what reason do the Reds and Blues have to do this? Kali Rama literally said that no one has ever lived doing it, and then Wash said, sure, why not? What's motivating these characters? They have absolutely no reason to do this. Krovos is in jail and can't get out, and the cosmic powers can't touch them. There's no need for them to be like, yeah, we'll do this. Oh, it's because time is messed up and they need to fix it. Is it? Is time messed up? The only thing that has been shown that time is fucked is that pizza is gone. Oh no, what are we gonna do? It's not like we could just make our own. Time doesn't seem wrong enough to involve themselves. Maybe if we didn't spend an entire episode making dick jokes and showed the audience what was really at risk, I'd be a bit more gung-ho about the whole situation. But there's nothing at stake. Jack said that time travel isn't bad nor is it good. It does nothing. I still don't even think the cosmic powers are the good guys here. To fix time, you've gotta lock up the guy that can control time. That seems counterintuitive. Plus, monitors are assholes. I don't trust them. There's gotta be at least one traitor amongst them. But finally, we get back to the grounded portion of the story, Wash and Carolina. Wash is eager to assist the Reds and Blues in cleaning up their mess, but Carolina is there to sideline him. She reveals to him what has been happening with his lapses in memory and his brain, and Wash flips out and leaves. Donut also takes the hammer and leaves himself. Now, what happened here with Wash and Carolina? Beautiful. Amazing scene. These two have been the hope that has been keeping this season afloat for many people, and this moment did not disappoint. It had all the heart and passion it needed from both Jen and Shannon, and it just delivered. The message that time machines can't be used as crutches to make themselves better people was nice. I'm not a fan of how they went about it this season and how long they spent doing it, but the point was reached. But what I really liked, and what might be the subtlest of foreshadowing, was the meta's theme. When Wash started getting angry and flipping out on everyone, the meta's theme song began playing underneath his dialogue. And when you begin to compare Wash and the meta, there are now many similarities between them. From both being agents of Project Freelancer to both eventually betraying the program for their own self-interests, and both now having been shot in the throat. All that's left before Wash becomes the meta is for an AI to completely influence his actions until he's no longer Wash, which is entirely possible here. So, if that is what they're setting up, then I am actually all for him essentially becoming a villain. Listen, I know Wash is a loved character by fans, but it would be an actual story. Get rid of the gods, get rid of the nonsense that's been happening. Fast forward 2 seasons, if Wash becomes the villain, that would provide an obstacle the Reds and Blues have never faced while not having to go on an outlandish story to do so. That is a purely character-driven story. They've never had to go against an antagonist that was morally challenging for them. They knew next to nothing of the director, but they were down to stop him. Felix and Locust are mercenaries they hardly got to know before being betrayed. I'm shocked they even knew Malcolm Hargrove's name, but if it were someone like Wash who they've known even longer than Church at this point, could they kill him if need be? I may have looked way too deep into that one music cue that was in the background, but I am down for that honestly. But first we've got to deal with the nonsense. Donut. This exact same thing happened last season with Doc. A character that all the Reds and Blues have kind of made fun of is now just the target of all of their hate, and now they've had enough and joined the side of bad. Doc did it last season, Donut's doing it this season, and who knows, maybe Wash will do it next season. Hey, if it doesn't work the first time, do it again and hope no one notices. I honestly don't know what to expect from all of this. Whereas Tucker has been unnecessarily a dick this entire season, Donut I think has been for no reason the target of hate for all the characters. Gullible, stupid, an empty suit of armor, that is all of them. Sarge is gullible, Caboose is an idiot, Lopez is an actual empty suit of armor. They're all as useless as the other one, so I don't get where this is trying to go. Maybe they'll convince Donut that they can all be useless together. I don't know if the power of friendship will resolve everything here. I don't see what the end game here is, and I don't know what it's going for. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying, first, that I'd like the episode, to which, yeah, I'll agree, it's definitely the best one of the season so far. But the other thing I've been seeing is that faith has been restored into the season. Many people are looking forward to the upcoming episodes now. There are 2 episodes left this season. If it took you 85% of a season to restore faith into the show, that's not good. That's not a good ratio. It took 85% of an entire season to reveal to us that there's kind of a less ridiculous plot going on. Plus, people have been saying, it all makes sense now. Nothing has made sense since the season began. Now all of a sudden you switch the word God with AI and now, oh my God, everything is so clear now. I know exactly what's going on. It's all led up to this. No. All that's happened now is that one word is replaced with another. The time travel was still nonsense that led to an above average dick joke. Characters still act like their undeveloped Season 1 counterparts. And there are still gods. Everything was not magically fixed. In fact, it was the exact opposite. Absolutely nothing was fixed. The only thing I can say is that nothing was ruined. And oh boy, now it's time to go on a rant. You want to talk about one of the worst jokes and twists in the history of Red vs. Blue? Just look at the past 2 episodes. Last episode, Genkin said, "I love to spoil things." Next episode, the pink one steals the hammer. And sure as fuck he did. Wow, I'm so shocked. I never could have seen this coming. A spoiler is not a joke. There is no punchline. Donut leaving everyone was an actual moment of seriousness, but I couldn't take it seriously because, oh, it was so funny for Genkins to spoil it. It's just an asshole thing to do. No one who gets spoiled thinks, oh, that was so funny. It's just like, what the fuck? The only person who finds it funny is the person who does it. It's not like, oh, I got something spoiled for me that was 40 years old and I should have watched by now. I got the next episode spoiled by watching the show I'm avoiding spoilers for. Congratulations, you did it, Joe. You took meta to a whole new level. You made the meta of meta jokes. Fucking kill me.